and to let you know that the 5-day podcast interview challenge is about to roll out. There should be information that is coming across like a ticker tape. And I urge those of you who know that it is your calling to be interviewed, that it is time for you to have exponential visibility for who you are. So what do I do out in the world? I teach spiritual messengers how to use this. I am a book writing coach, but right now this particular podcast interview challenge is for 5 days only. You work with me every day for 5 days. When you leave the experience, you're ready to be interviewed. So many people use this system, interestingly and incorrectly. There are a lot of people who just think getting booked on a podcast is fabulous, but they don't take into account, is it the right show? Is it the right audience? Is it a show with an even highly engaged audience that's going to take action? That's kind of everything. They also don't know how to use that real estate or opportunity in order to get new clients and sell workshops and sell books, get new followers, people in their database. There are ways and methodologies for doing it. They don't know how to reach out to a host. First of all, where do you find them? And if you sort of figure out maybe there's a show or two that you like, or you just see somebody on LinkedIn or Facebook, oh, it's a podcast host. Many people think just because they have a podcast, it is a right move for them to connect and offer their services. Now, I never recommend you do this on social media. I recommend a whole different methodology to reach out, because I think when you use your time and energy, you want to get a heck yes. You want to get a yes that you do get on the show successfully, and then you get on the right show and the right platform. And then what do you do once you're on the show? Many people don't know how to speak, what to talk about, what's the right way to handle being interviewed, the coaching, all of that. And then what do you do afterwards to repurpose? So there's a complete system. I love this work. I love, love, love teaching spiritual messengers how to do this work. If this speaks to you, join me, because what a beautiful way to end the year. It's going to be early in December 5th through the 9th. And you can go to debbid.net/challenge. It's debbid.net/challenge. The folks who engaged with me 4 months ago, I ran this, and it was so successful. So what I've done is I've taken an expensive online platform course or a course with me live, and I've made this incredibly accessible, right? It's a challenge. So you get to show up and work with me live. We had a blast last time, and people are out there right now getting interviewed. So I'll tell you a story about a gal who used the 5-day podcast interview challenge, and so fun because she came back and said that she right away got booked on a show. She used everything I taught. And she said she got on a meh show, right? Meh, meaning it was like 760 people on YouTube. That's not a lot, by the way. So 760 people. She didn't even think the host was fabulous. She got two clients, and then 5 consult follow-up calls from that alone. So let's take that sort of not a great experience, but great ROI, right? She had an amazing return on her investment of time and content. That's what we want. That's why we do this. When we do this properly, that's what should happen for you and does happen. Now, just imagine you really know the show you're getting booked on, and it has great numbers and an engaged audience, right platform, good host. Let's say I'm going to still pick a small number. Let's say 5,000 people listen to their show. And you do a bang up job. You follow everything I teach you. And again, you're getting people filling your workshops, new clients, selling books, getting new database. Now, this is 5,000 people you would never be in front of otherwise. So what if you did that 5 times that month? All right. Instead of 5,000 people, that's 25,000 people who you would have never met otherwise. And trust me, you won't be speaking on a stage if you're not Tony Robbins, where 25,000 people come to hear you. Unless And if you are bringing that in, then yeah, you definitely better be interviewed. So yeah, this is true for all of us. 25,000 people, just imagine that. If you're doing a launch, you can use this. If you just need more visibility, if you're getting your business off the ground, you want to revive this. So this is beautiful. I just want to speak to some of the chats coming through. My intuition and synchronicity is near on fire. I love that lately with accuracy and brings tears to my eyes. That's beautiful. If you're, by the way, to the writer, if you have that level of intuition, you might want to be able to gift people on the show with readings. You might want to go, you can go places on an interview that somebody who doesn't have that gift of a reading, they can't do that. And that'll make you really in demand. By the way, anybody out there who can do readings, healings, folks love this on interviews. So utilize that. And if you can, then you are totally a piece of you are a piece of the puzzle of heaven here on earth right now. The world has been waiting for you. You are a light worker, clearly, spiritual messenger. You're here to do a lot of good. People are waiting for you. So it's time for you to be visible. So some of the things you will get, well, it's there in the chat so you can read it. But I just want to reiterate, a lot of people don't know that the importance of providing content. They're forgetting that the listener is at the center of the experience, not you, the speaker. So it's very important for you to know what content to deliver, how to deliver it so it's digestible. You're also not going to bring everything you know, blah, and impel that on an audience, right? It's digestible bites. So where are the right shows for your expertise? Let me show you how. How do you get a heck yes to be interviewed on radio and podcasts? Let me show you how. How do you know what your speaking points are? I just got booked on a show. I just sent all of that out, my headshot, my bio, and my talking points. Now, I'll tell you something very interesting that is true for me and many other people I've worked with and coached. In the beginning, it's work. In the beginning, meaning you do have to know where the shows are. You do have to pitch yourself. And I show you all of that so you don't even need a publicist. You can be the publicist and save that money. And what's beautiful about this work is that, yes, in the beginning, you're doing the researching and you're finding out, and I'll show you how to do all of that. It's simple. And the pitching is simple. And then at some point, virally, your visibility becomes such that people know who you are and start reaching out to you and saying, I want to book you on this panel, you on this podcast, you on this radio show, you on fill in the blank, because it leads to many other things. I'm in that position right now. If I was doing a launch, I probably would curate some amazing people, but mostly I get reached out to quite a bit, and so do my clients. So you want to be in that position where visibility begets visibility, where it's working for you and bringing you the interviews, and you don't have to do very much. That said, you do need to align with the right host because you can get hundreds of bookings. You need to have your media info at the ready, right here to present, right? No guesswork and how to put it together beautifully. What is the right approach to get a yes? And doing what I do, I see so many, well, I'll keep it honest. There's new people saying they're publicists and they've barely been in the business very long. Now, this is not speaking about the publicists I work with. I've got a 15 and a half year radio podcast show. I'm pitched by some brilliant publicists, but there's some newbies who suddenly come around and they don't do the right job. Why? Because there's nothing compelling about their guests, and their guests could be amazing. The headline is meh. The body is meh. I need something that's going to grab me, and so do you when you put together your pitch and your media info. Let me show you how. Also, correct approaches. How do you engage with influencers? How can you be introduced on someone's platform and understand it is their well-nurtured platform that they are sharing with you? So, Peter Benson, thank you. It's so great to see you here. Yeah. So I highly urge you, at this really auspicious time of ascension, when we're all feeling the call of the wild. Some people are responding to what's going on and saying, I'm full of fear. The world is crazy. What's going on? I need to go out and I need to buy canned goods and toilet paper. You know, it's an interesting time with interesting reactions. That's not my reaction. Right now, it is interesting times. But what I see happening is that there's beautiful things going on, tons of healers, and it is now so acceptable and more mainstream, which thank you that I get to live long enough to see this. And I don't need to run out and buy anything, but I do need to offer this to you because you are the answer. You are the answer. Your soul planned to be here and said, I have some big shoulders because this is going to be an interesting time. For me, this is a time when there are things we are all seeing we don't agree with, we're not happy with, we even feel powerless around, and that are some really big kahunas to deal with and look at, where we may feel like, how is it possible in 2022, at the end of 2022, I am living through this? But let me tell you this. It is beautiful because it's coming up to be healed. It is us and our souls collectively saying this no longer works. And the only way for it to be extricated from our lives and healed is for us to have to look at it. And a lot of it's ugly, but we've been living with it and bearing it for a long time. So God bless, God is blessed that it's coming up and that we get to deal with it and make new choice and heal it. You, my friend, have a message. And whatever it is you've lived through and whatever it is you offer out into the world, there are very specific ways for you to be interviewed. I urge you to join my 5-day podcast interview challenge so you learn the correct way to do this and you are brilliant on the other end. Thank you for the flowers. I accept, I receive. So if you guys have any questions at all, first of all, post them here. And second of all, bring them to the challenge. I can tell you 5 days goes fast and I deliver for sure. Every day you're going to learn a new piece. I'm even going to show you the equipment to buy. So if you do not yet have it in your being or your home, I'm going to show you exactly what to get, what to use. We're going to go over your talking points and speaking points so they're amazing. How to put together your pitch letter. What kind of headshot? Lord, please do not be using a phone and think this is good enough, because it's not. It's pixelated and you need a professional headshot. Please do not use a headshot when you were 20 pounds lighter than you are now, had hair, different color hair, etc. It's just like going on a date, right? You want to present yourself honestly so the person who's showing up to meet you, that is you. Same. So make sure you have professional headshots done. Also, what do you do once you're on the show? And I completely coach you because I think that's the most important. If any of you have ever taken Toastmasters, you'll remember during Toastmasters, I think I got to gold level. And in Toastmasters, there's somebody with a bell. Every time you say, ding, 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 it's beautiful, right? It makes you crazy, but it makes you aware. No ahs, no ums. Thank you so much. You take those out of your vocabulary. How do you answer a question? This is one of my favorite things to do when I'm coaching people, because I'll inherently ask them a question and they'll start answering and suddenly they're off to the races and they've gone off in a tangent and they'll look at me and go, oh my God, what did you ask me? And so I teach them, if that happens, no biggie. Honestly, at least once in everyone's interview career, that's going to happen. And I show you a beautiful, classy way to bring the conversation back and actually answer the question and take ownership of that moment. So nothing should throw you. I will show you how to have incredible confidence, and you deserve the confidence. Do not hide your light, please, under a bushel, because you came here to share something that only you know through your filter, through your experience. You have certain gifts and talents. And I don't care if you talk about Reiki and 15 million other people talk about Reiki. You know things because it's you. And we want to hear that. Or if you talk about money and it is your incredible point of view and healing perspective, how to deal with money. So 5-day challenge, go to debbid.net/challenge, debbid.net/challenge. And you can sign up today. People are signing up already. I get so excited to work with you guys because I know this is your next right step. I mean, how many times have you written this in your heart or your bucket list and said, yeah, I really need to do that. I really need to do that. I'm a book writing coach, and always in my book classes, my authors sign up also to do this because authors must know how to speak about their books and get that out there, how to present their own works. And if you've got a business, if you're an entrepreneur, this is a must. You will constantly be meeting people through your interviews exponentially that you would never meet otherwise. So please let me show you how. I can tell you last time around, we had people from, wow, at least 4 or 5 other countries besides the USA, which is exciting because the world has gotten so small and connected. And so you can be anywhere. Yes, there will be replays. These will be live. But of course, I say come live because you get to work with me, ask me questions. So yeah, it's worth it to work with me. This is an amazing opportunity. It doesn't have the price tag that other things I do have. So grab it and have this tool in your tool belt. Starting 2023, you can know already how to do interviews. So you can learn this in early December and hit the ground running or playing, as I like to say, in 2023, so you can really rock your world, like make such a huge difference in the world. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope this person with the intuition and synchronicity who's on fire, bring us the fire, right? Fire is about transmutation. And so we are ready to receive your intuition and fire. And if you have any questions, post them below and be sure to tag my name so I get them. And I can't wait to work with you guys. debbid.net/challenge. The challenge is on, people. It's on. And this is, I think, what your souls have been waiting for. Be well. Let visibility work for you.